imagines that man sits alone, reflecting on the one woman who let him go, not with anger, but with a newfound respect and longing. Why? Because she showed strength, self-respect, and independence. Letting go wasn't her weakness. It was her power. There's a paradox in relationships that few understand. And sometimes walking away is the most powerful thing you can do. When a woman lets a man go with dignity and self-respect, it leaves a lasting impact. Today, we'll explore the psychology behind why men often fall harder for the women who choose themselves first, and how this choice reshapes respect and attraction. Independence is one of the most powerful traits a woman can embody in any relationship. It isn't about rejecting love or connection. It's about knowing who you are, what you bring to the table, and refusing to lose yourself in someone else's shadow. Independence sends a clear and undeniable message. I'm whole on my own. And that is a message men respect deeply. Why? Because true independence is rare. Many people, both men and women, tie their sense of identity to their relationships. They rely on their partner for validation, purpose, and happiness. While it's natural to seek support and companionship, the moment someone becomes entirely dependent on another, they risk losing their individuality. For men, a woman who shows she doesn't need him to complete her is both refreshing and inspiring. It forces him to see her as an equal, not as someone who needs saving or fixing. When a woman walks away from a relationship that no longer serves her, it's a bold statement. She's telling the world and the man she's leaving that she values herself too much to settle for less than what she deserves. This act of self-respect can be jarring. It challenges the man to reassess not just the relationship, but also himself. What was he bringing to the table? Was he honoring her worth, or was he taking her for granted? Men are wired to respect strength, and independence is strength in its purest form. It's easy to stay in a relationship out of fear of being alone or because it's comfortable. But it takes a strong, independent woman to recognize when something isn't right and to make the hard decision to let it go. This kind of courage is magnetic. It's not about rejecting the man. It's about choosing herself. Independence doesn't just inspire respect. It challenges men to grow. When faced with a woman who knows her value, a man must decide whether he's ready to meet her at her level. This means stepping up, taking responsibility, and becoming the kind of partner she deserves. An independent woman sets a standard, and that standard often pushes men to reflect on their own behavior, actions, and commitment. This respect for independence doesn't mean men are intimidated by strong women. On the contrary, they are drawn to the authenticity and confidence that independence radiates. A woman who lets a man go without begging or clinging shows that her love isn't conditional on his presence. She wants a partnership, not a dependency. And that's a foundation of real respect. Independence also means a woman has a life beyond the relationship. She has her own goals, interests, and passions. This multifaceted identity makes her even more captivating. Men respect women who are driven, ambitious, and unapologetically themselves because it keeps the relationship dynamic, challenging, and exciting. Ultimately, independence is about knowing your worth and refusing to compromise it for anyone. It's about holding your head high even when it's hard and trusting that the right person will see your strength and rise to meet you. That kind of respect earned through independence is unshakable. There's a simple yet profound truth in relationships. You often don't realize the value of something or someone until it's gone. When a woman decides to step away, she creates a void that cannot easily be filled. This absence isn't just a physical one. It's emotional, mental, and spiritual. For many men, this space becomes the catalyst for reflection, appreciation, and often a deeper desire. Men are naturally wired to pursue, to conquer, and to earn what they value. When a woman is always available, physically or emotionally, it's easy for her presence to be taken for granted. It's human nature to overlook what's readily accessible. But when she removes herself from the equation, everything changes. Her absence creates a gap, a stark reminder of the qualities she brought into his life. In that quiet space, a man begins to notice the things he once overlooked. The laughter they shared, the way she supported him, the unique energy she brought into every room. These moments take on a new significance when she's no longer there. Absence forces him to reflect, and in that reflection, he often realizes just how much she meant to him. This is where desire intensifies. Absence amplifies the longing for connection, and the memories of her become sharper, more vivid. He begins to compare her to others, and often finds that no one else measures up. It's not because she's suddenly changed, it's because he's now seeing her through the lens of what he's lost. Her value becomes undeniable in her absence. There's also a psychological phenomenon at play here. People naturally desire what they can't easily have. When a woman lets go and steps away, she transforms into something rare and unattainable. She's no longer chasing him or clinging to the relationship. And this shift in dynamics can make her even more alluring. Her distance makes her mysterious, and mystery fuels curiosity and ultimately desire. Absence doesn't mean she's playing games or being manipulative. It's about giving both parties the space to understand the relationship's true value. For the man, it's an opportunity to ask himself, what did she mean to me? Would I contribute or fail to contribute to the relationship? These questions can lead to growth, both individually and as a potential partner. I respect myself I respect myself enough to walk away when my worth isn't being recognized. This self-respect is deeply attractive. It shifts the power dynamic in a way that often causes the man to reevaluate his own actions and feelings. Ultimately, absence doesn't just fuel desire. It reignites respect. It shows that love isn't about dependency or constant presence. It's about recognizing and cherishing what someone brings into your life. And sometimes it's only in their absence that this realization becomes crystal clear. Emotional strength is one of the most captivating qualities a person can possess, and when a woman embodies it, she becomes a force to be reckoned with. This strength isn't about suppressing feelings or pretending to be invulnerable. Instead, it's about having the courage to face reality, make tough decisions, and prioritize self-respect over temporary comfort. For men, this level of emotional fortitude is both admirable and deeply inspiring. When a woman lets go of a relationship with grace and resilience, she sends a powerful message. She is not afraid to walk away from what doesn't serve her. It takes incredible strength to release someone you care about, especially. This decision isn't made lightly. It's a choice to honor her own needs, values, and future. That kind of bravery commands respect. Men are often drawn to women who display emotional strength because it challenges them to rise to the occasion. A strong woman sets a standard for emotional maturity and stability, which can inspire a man to grow and evolve. She doesn't rely on manipulation, drama, or excessive emotional displays to make her point. Instead, her actions speak volumes. Her strength lies in her ability to remain calm, composed, and true to herself, even in the face of pain or uncertainty. This emotional resilience also demonstrates self-awareness. A strong woman understands her emotions, processes them, and acts in alignment with her values. She doesn't let fear of loneliness or societal expectations dictate her choice. Instead, she moves forward with clarity and purpose, knowing that her worth is not tied to any one person or relationship. This self-assuredness is incredibly attractive and leaves a lasting impression. When a woman walks away with emotional strength, it also creates a sense of mystery and intrigue. She's not falling apart or begging for attention. She's choosing herself. This behavior disrupts expectations and forces the man to see her in a new light. Her ability to maintain her dignity and composure, even in difficult situations, makes her unforgettable. Moreover, emotional strength isn't about being closed off or distant. A strong woman can still be vulnerable, but she shares her vulnerability selectively with people who have earned her trust. This balance between openness and self-protection makes her seem even more powerful. She doesn't let emotions control her. Instead, she uses them to guide her toward what's right for her. Men often admire this strength, because it reflects qualities they aspire to possess themselves. Emotional fortitude requires discipline, courage, and a deep understanding of one's own worth. It's not just about letting go, it's about letting go with grace and without bitterness. A woman who can do this shows that she is in control of her own destiny. And that kind of confidence is magnetic. In the end, emotional strength leaves a lasting legacy. It teaches others, especially men, that love and respect must be mutual and earned. When a woman demonstrates this kind of inner power, she doesn't just inspire admiration. She sets the standard for what a truly fulfilling and respectful relationship should look like. One of the most profound lessons in any relationship is this: love without boundaries is not love. It's dependency. A woman who sets and enforces her boundaries teaches a man a vital truth about respect. By letting go when her boundaries are crossed, she reinforces the idea that true love is not about control or sacrifice. It's about mutual respect and understanding. Boundaries are not walls meant to keep others out. They are guidelines that define how a person wants to be treated. They protect emotional, mental, and physical well-being, ensuring that a relationship remains healthy and balanced. When a woman confidently sets these boundaries, she demonstrates a deep sense of self-worth. She's not asking for too much. She's simply stating what she deserves. For men, a woman who upholds her boundaries is someone to be respected and valued. It shows that she knows who she is and what she wants. This clarity is incredibly attractive because it removes ambiguity and sets clear expectations. When a woman has the strength to say, "This is what I need, and if it's not met, I'm willing to walk away," it commands admiration. She's not begging for love or attention. She's requiring respect. True love thrives within the framework of boundaries. They create a safe space where both partners can grow without fear of being taken for granted or overstepping. When a man encounters a woman who enforces her boundaries, he's presented with a challenge: to rise to her level of emotional maturity and integrity. This challenge often pushes men to reflect on their own behavior and develop greater respect for the relationship. Letting go when boundaries are violated is not an act of spite or punishment. It's an act of self-preservation. It sends a clear message: I value myself enough to demand what I deserve. This act can be transformative for both parties. For the man, it's a wake-up call, a reminder that love should never come at the cost of respect. For the woman, it's a reaffirmation of her own worth. Boundaries also serve as a test of true love. A man who genuinely loves a woman will honor her boundaries without resentment or resistance. He understands that respecting her needs is not just about keeping the relationship intact. It's about building trust and showing care. On the other hand, a man who dismisses or disregards her boundaries reveals his inability to offer the respect she deserves. By letting go, a woman teaches a man one of life's most important lessons. Love cannot exist without respect, and respect begins with honoring boundaries. It's a reminder that true connection is built on mutual understanding, and a relationship where boundaries are cherished is one where both partners can thrive, and a woman who enforces this truth becomes unforgettable. Ultimately, boundaries are a form of love, not just for the other person, but for oneself. When a woman respects herself enough to walk away when her limits are ignored, she embodies strength, dignity, and self-love. This kind of love isn't just powerful, it's transformative. Confidence is one of the most magnetic and powerful qualities anyone can possess, and few things demonstrate confidence more than the ability to let go of something that no longer serves you. When a woman walks away from a relationship, not out of anger or manipulation, but out of self-respect and understanding of her worth, she exudes a level of confidence that men find both compelling and unforgettable. Confidence isn't about arrogance or pretending to be unaffected. It's about having faith in yourself and your ability to navigate life, even when it's painful. Letting go requires immense strength because it means stepping into the unknown. It's a bold declaration. I trust myself enough to move forward, even if it means moving on alone. This kind of self-assurance is incredibly attractive because it demonstrates independence and emotional resilience. When a woman lets go with confidence, she shifts the power dynamic of the relationship. She's no longer asking for validation or clinging to the hope that things will change. Instead, she's taking control of her life and setting an example of what self-respect looks like. For men, this kind of behavior is striking. It challenges them to see her not as someone who needs them, but as someone who chooses herself. Confidence also communicates that she has options. She's not limited by the relationship or defined by the man she's leaving behind. This creates a sense of intrigue and admiration because people are naturally drawn to those who are self-assured and unafraid to make difficult decisions. A confident woman doesn't chase, she attracts. And in letting go, she often becomes even more desirable in the eyes of the man she's leaving. Letting go also forces men to confront their own insecurities. A confident woman who knows her worth sets a standard that challenges a man to rise to her level. She's saying, without words, if you can't meet my standards, I'm not afraid to walk away. This isn't about playing games. It's about maintaining dignity and ensuring that she only invests her energy in relationships that align with her values. Moreover, confidence is contagious. When a woman demonstrates that she can let go without losing herself, it often inspires the man to reflect on his own behavior and choices. He may begin to wonder what he could have done differently, not out of guilt, but out of a newfound respect for her strength and self-assuredness. Finally, letting go with confidence shows emotional intelligence. It reveals a deep understanding of the difference between love and attachment. Love is free, empowering, and mutual, while attachment often stems from fear and dependency. By letting go, a woman chooses love for herself over unhealthy attachment to another person. This decision showcases a level of emotional maturity that is both admirable and rare. In the end, confidence isn't just about how a woman carries herself. It's about the choices she makes. When she lets go with grace, strength, and self-assurance, she not only reinforces her own worth, but leaves an indelible mark on the man she walks away from. Confidence in letting go is a testament to her inner power, and that power is unforgettable. Sometimes the most profound growth comes from the pain of letting go. When a woman walks away from a relationship, it's not just an ending. It's an opportunity for transformation, both for herself and for the man she leaves behind. Growth is rarely comfortable, but it's often necessary. And the decision to let go is a powerful catalyst for change. For the woman, letting go is an act of self-empowerment. It's a declaration that she values her own happiness, well-being, and future above the fear of losing someone. This decision pushes her to explore who she is outside the relationship, rediscover her passions, and realign with her personal goals. The process of moving forward may be difficult, but it's also deeply liberating. It allows her to evolve into a stronger, wiser, and more self-assured version of herself. For the man, her departure creates a moment of reckoning. Losing someone who once cared deeply for him often forces him to confront uncomfortable truths about his behavior, priorities, or capacity to maintain a meaningful relationship. It's in this space of loss and reflection that growth often begins. He has the chance to evaluate what went wrong, take responsibility for his actions, and make meaningful changes in his life. Letting go also fosters emotional resilience. It teaches both parties that they can survive heartbreak and emerge stronger on the other side. For the woman, it's a lesson in self-reliance and the importance of putting herself first. For the man, it's a wake-up call that love and connection require effort, respect, and presence. This kind of growth doesn't just improve future relationships. It transforms how they approach life as a whole. Growth is often accompanied by clarity. When a woman steps away, she removes herself from the noise and confusion of a troubled relationship. This distance gives her the perspective needed to identify what truly matters to her. She learns what she wants, what she needs, and what she will no longer tolerate. This clarity empowers her to create healthier, more fulfilling relationships in the future. The same applies to the man. In her absence, he has the chance to reflect on his values, priorities, and how he shows up in relationships. He may come to realize the importance of communication, vulnerability, and respect. This self-awareness can lead to profound personal growth, enabling him to become a better partner. Not just for her, but for anyone letting go also clears the way for new beginnings. It's often said that endings are disguised opportunities, and this is especially true in relationships. When a woman lets go, she's not just closing a door, she's opening herself up to possibilities she may not have considered before. Whether it's a new relationship, personal achievement, or simply a greater sense of peace, the act of letting go creates space for something better. Ultimately, letting go is an act of courage that benefits both parties. It's not about punishing or abandoning the other person. It's about recognizing that growth requires change. By choosing to let go, a woman sets both herself and the man free to evolve into their best selves. This kind of growth, born out of love and self-respect, is a testament to the transformative power of letting go. Letting go isn't about giving up. It's about stepping into your power. When you choose yourself, you show others how to value you. To all the women out there, your strength and self-worth aren't just traits. They're the very things that inspire love and respect. If this message resonated with you, hit the like button and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe for more powerful insights on relationships, growth, and self-worth. Let's continue this journey together.